जय श्री माता जी। हम सभी परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी के श्री चरणों पर नतमस्तक होकर प्रणाम करेंगे और बंधन लेंगे। We'll all bow down at the holy lotus feet of Shri Mata Ji and take bandhan. तीन महामंत्र और श्री गणेश मंत्र। अब हम संतुलन के लिए अपने बाएं हाथ को श्री माता जी की ओर और दाएं हाथ को भूमि माता पर रखेंगे। To balance ourselves, we'll first place our left hand towards Shri Mata Ji and right hand towards or on Mother Earth. हम सभी प्रार्थना करेंगे, परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी कृपा करें और हमारे ईड़ा नाड़ी को संतुलित कीजिए, प्रकाशित कीजिए। श्री माता जी, please balance our left channel and enlighten it. अब हम अपने दाएं हाथ को श्री माता जी की ओर और बाएं हाथ को आकाश की ओर करेंगे। We'll now place our right hand towards Shri Mataji and raise our left hand towards the sky. प्रार्थना करेंगे, परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी, कृपा करें और हमारे पिंगला नाड़ी को संतुलित कीजिए, प्रकाशित कीजिए। श्री माता जी, please balance our right channel and enlighten it. अब हम अपने बाएं हाथ को श्री माता जी की ओर रखेंगे। We'll place our left hand towards श्री माता जी। अपने चित्त को सहजता पर रखते हुए प्रार्थना करेंगे, परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी, कृपा करें और आप हमें निर्विचार ध्यान की स्थिति और आनंद प्रदान करें। श्री माता जी, please bless us with the state and joy of thoughtless meditation. अब हम परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी की अमृत वाणी को आत्मसात करेंगे। We will now listen to Shri Mataji's speech.
Today we have come here to attend a wedding of our brothers and sisters. Sahaja, it's important to understand that marriage is a very important thing in Sahaja. Because the basis of society is a family. And our society should have very good families. That's why we are paying so much attention to these weddings, that they should make good family. But sometimes people are very conditioned and they don't understand what is a Sahaja wedding is. They try to find faults with the partners, and within 2-3 months they are again out of Sahaja. In the sense that they want to have their second chance, third chance, fourth chance. Then I think that my attention I'm just wasting for nothing at all for such people. If they don't like our first choice, they should have their own. Why to bother us? They should not give us any more trouble. Very surprising things I've seen about the marriages that have been going on. One of them is they're all right for 2-3 months, and suddenly God knows what bhoot catches them. One of them that they just give up on a small excuse here and there. They don't understand that how important is for them to have a good married life. They can go up to 3 months, 4 months, then I don't know what happens to them. And they even harm the women by making them pregnant. And still, they don't understand how sinful it was. In their own country, if they do like that, they'll be punished, not only punished, but they'll have to pay a lot. But they take advantage of Sahaja, marry someone, and then try to be funny. Such people are really, I can't understand. So in the beginning only, when we have selected, you better say no. I could say from the photographs itself which girls, which boys will say no. But I said, you try and test me. Exactly the same girls and boys have said no to this. But thank God, at least they have said it. But once they have said no, they should not trouble us anymore. They can select their own. We are not going to have 5, 6 chances, 7 chances. Then, even up till now, if you do not approve of it, it's better to give up than to continue with the nonsense of hypocrisy. It's not fun. It's not some sort of just a game, but it's a serious thing. If you haven't got that maturity, that seriousness, you should not agree to marry for any reason. Then, after marriage, you find, supposing, few things here and there, you have to continue. Otherwise, you are just like other people who go on divorcing 3 times, 4 times. Especially for Russian men, I must tell you, I have had very bad reports about them. That they ill-treat their wives as it is. Very much. And they treat them just like slaves. And I am ashamed to say that so many Russian girls are coming to India and to Turkey to live like prostitutes. And I asked them, why are you doing it? Some of them said, we are not married, we don't want to marry. Because they don't treat us well. And secondly, some of them have said, we are married, but our husbands will treat us, so we are not going to be with them. In such a large scale, in Turkey, thousands of them are coming. Thousands. They come here and marry people. Actually, it's no marriage, but they say that we are going to marry. It's an Islamic country, the men can say only talaq, 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 and the marriage dissolves. And they marry so-called these women here. But they are prostitutes by nature. Because of this marriage, so many ladies have to desert their house. And then they have big problems. They don't know what to do with their children, how to live. So they are taking to fundamentalism. Not to prostitution, but to fundamentalism. So how dangerous it is, the men must understand. I'm surprised, only I used to think that Islamic people only dominate. But I'm surprised that there are many people, even in the Western countries and Eastern Bloc, Russians especially, treat their wives just like servants and slaves. When I heard their stories, I was ashamed and I felt surprised. I used to think that Russians are especially oversensitive to spirituality. But how could they ill-treat their wives? She's a part and parcel of their life. This is something Russians must take note of. Cannot be unkind to your wife, make her do all the work and dominate her, because you are the earning member. But the woman who is working in the house, looking after children, is doing much more important work than men do. For men, it's not so difficult. But for women, it's very difficult to run the house, to look after the children, to look after the husband, to manage the whole society. And you must know that in countries where women are not respected, gods do not reside, and in those countries where women are tortured and troubled, what will happen? Their society will break completely. And one day they will sit on top of the heads of all the men, as it has happened in America. Once upon a time, Abraham Lincoln's time, men were very dominating. As a result, today if you go there, you'll see them cabbages better than these American men. The way they are treating their men left and right, because law is in their support. They marry 7 times, become rich, and man marries once, he becomes poor. So, we have to be not only understanding that in love only you can have joy. We really love each other, you do nice things for each other, think of nice days and nice moments that you have spent and you will be spending. That is the greatest treasure for all of you. So I have to request all the people, especially here we have people from Eastern Bloc and also Islamic people, that you have to respect your women very much. This is very important. Now we are having some marriages here, not many. We have at least 90 marriages in India, out of which 1 or 2 fail, because sometimes the men are like this or women are like that. But still, I must say, compared to many other marriages in the world, we are much better off. I must tell you, before starting Sahaja Yoga in Russia, most of the men and women I met in Russia were divorced. Most. I don't remember even one who was not divorced. Now I am meeting really sensible people as far as marriage is concerned. Otherwise it was horrible. And one person would have 1 wife, then 2nd wife, then 3rd wife, and you would not even remember who is this one, with a wife or a sister or a daughter. So, there's no fun in fighting on small things. It's a serious thing, as I told you, very important, because it makes your society. It creates new value system of Sahaja Yoga. It creates a value system of love, affection, compassion. And it is so great to love others. It is very great to love your wife or your husband. That's a very sweet feeling. But they are so enthusiastic about their weddings, and then I don't know what happens to them. So today again, at this moment, I have to tell you, please rethink. If you want to marry, please marry. Otherwise, don't marry. Again and again, I want to tell you that if you don't like a person, just don't come for your wedding. I'll be very happy with that. But then, of course, you will have to find your husband or wife. We are not going to bother our heads. You know that I'm so busy. The marriages which were fixed here, whole night I was sitting till 6 o'clock in the morning. 6 o'clock. Despite that, there are some great ladies who have said we don't want to marry. What should we say? They came all the way here just to get married. We find some nice boys or girls. I work and work whole night. And then what you find, they just say we don't like it. Not that. Also they say we don't feel like. So why did you apply? All those who have applied have to pay for their marriages, whether they like it or not. This is what we have decided this time. Because we have spent so much effort. So whether you have appreciated or not, whether you have agreed or not, please pay for your marriages. That is a compulsion. So next time nobody will say that we don't feel like getting married. It's not a joke. I'm sorry, I'm little hard because I have seen some cases which doesn't justify anything, doesn't show it's Sahaj. So, Sahaj wedding is a wedding for a very great work. It's not a sacrifice, but you need really wise and mature people to have a Sahaj marriage. So please understand, if you don't feel like marrying even now, just say no and don't play with it. It's dangerous. See, there are so many blessings of Sahaja Yoga, but certain things are dangerous. So be careful, because you cannot hurt any Sahaja Yogi for anything whatsoever. So if you don't want to marry, you are welcome. Again and again, I am telling you that it's a very, very beautiful moment when you are getting married. It's a very beautiful time. You cannot fathom the joy at that time. And if at that time you have missed the point, then I can't help it. Later on also, try to improve your understanding. It's not a mental thing to get married. It's not an emotional thing to get married. In Sahaja Yoga, it is spiritual. And so please try to understand, you have to respect each other because you are Sahaja Yogis. And others should be respected. We'll show you what are the 7 conditions you have to go through. Another thing I've seen, the elders of the family are to be told that this marriage is taking place. We have seen, surprisingly, the parents are Sahaja Yogis, but they don't treat the daughter-in-law or the son-in-law well. It's very surprising. It's the other way around. It used to be that the newly married couple didn't treat the parents well. But nowadays I find it's very common to see that the parents-in-laws do not treat well. Everything seems to be upside down these days. So I would say that you must look after your in-laws. You must pay respects to them. You have to be kind to them. In the same way, the in-laws must look after the newly married couple, make them happy and enjoy their happiness and joy. So marriage is a source of joy, not only for the couple, but for all of us. All of us are so excited about it and so very happy. But you see, today you are excited, and tomorrow you find you are fallen on the street. Can't understand, like a drama. Its reality is real life, where you have to see what marriage means. Good for your children, good for progeny, good for our society of Sahaja. One thing, a wife should not talk too much. I think some of the problems come because they talk too much. Then while talking, if they have no subject, then they start discussing their husband, their in-laws, this thing, that thing. If she keeps quiet, it would be much better. Why I say for women, because in this country, here on the east, I should say Eastern Bloc and west, especially Western, the women talk, men don't talk. And in India, women don't talk at all. Very little. If they talk, means there is something wrong with them. They are not talkative. They keep quiet. Because a woman is like this Mother Earth, who doesn't say anything, just gives and looks after and suffers. While the man is like the sun, he shines, he comes and goes, some sort of whimsical things. But sun and the earth both are permanent companions. And they nourish each other and they manage our lives. Without both of them, we could not have existed. In the same way, a woman is the Mother Earth and man is the sun. So, our duty is to see that to create a complete balance, we have to keep to our own life. Like a woman has to be a woman and man has to be man. It's very important that we should be proud of what you are. And we should be happy of what we are. We should not try to be something else than what we are. It's absurd. It's a sign of stupidity. So, the more you are what you are, like a woman is a woman, a man is a man, the better is the relationship. There's no harm in keeping quiet, as the Mother Earth does. She bears up everything, she gives everything, because she knows her personality and she knows what will give her joy, what will give her happiness. So, from many angles, we have to understand that marriage is a very pivotal thing for Sahaja. So many girls don't want to marry because they are afraid. And so many men also don't want to marry. But forget the past. Past is not important. This is the present in which you have to marry without any worry. I am there to look after you. If you have any problem, write to me. But just don't run away. Just don't do things without informing us. It is absurd. It's not a madhouse. It is Sahaja Yoga. So let us all enjoy this wedding forever, not for a short time. Thank you very much.
जय श्री माता जी। परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी, आपने हमें सहयोग और आध्यात्मिक क्रांति से आशीर्वादित किया, उसके लिए आपको कोटि कोटि नमन। थैंक यू श्री माता जी फॉर ब्लेसिंग अस विद सहयोग एंड स्पिरिचुअल असेंट। हम सभी श्री माता जी के श्री चरणों पर नतमस्तक होकर प्रणाम करेंगे और बंधन लेंगे। We'll bow down at the lotus feet of Shri Mata Ji and take bandhan. जय श्री माता जी।